Live, lovely. Wonderful, folks. As usual, I'm going to do a round of tech check. We have a wonderful bunch of folks here. Super glad to be speaking with them. We had a few tech issues, which I think we got a little delayed in starting the session. Sorry for that. Apologies for that. Hopefully, we'll have an uninterrupted session now that we are online live. So, many thanks for the lovely folks from PGDBA course who joined us. I'm gonna wait for 30 seconds, fill the airwaves with some random chatter, just to make sure that our tech is working fine and people can see and check and verify and something can come on chat. Somebody on chat, could you just tell me that the audio and video are clear? You can see me and hear me clearly. And then we'll start this off. We'll start with one round of introductions, and we'll take it from there. So once I see some comment there saying, hey, things are fine. AV is clear, lovely. Someone from our team is saying on YouTube that AV is clear. Good evening, folks. Many thanks for joining us in. We want you to just introduce yourself, and then we'll go on to that. I'm going to start from kind of left to right on the YouTube screen. So Himanshu, go for it.
Hello, hi everybody. I'm Himanshu Singh. I have joined this 9th batch of PGDBA, and I had done my bachelor's from IIT Roorkee in electrical engineering. Thereafter, I gave a couple of attempts at UPSC, and after that, I joined a digital publishing company. That was a startup. I worked there for a couple of years, and then I got to heard about this course, and I prepared for it, and now I'm doing this. So that was
lovely. I like the way he just gently slipped in that he prepared for a couple of years for UPSC. That was the easiest thing to do. But good. Wonderful to have you on board, Himanshu. Over to you, Raghavendra. We all know Raghu. We know Raghavendra as Raghu. Raghu had been associated with Twine for a long time. Over to you, Raghu.
Hi, my name is Raghu. Most of you would be seeing me for the nth time here. I graduated in 2018, and then I worked in Wipro, and then worked at Firma, which is the legal name of 2IM. I worked as an automation engineer, and at the end, for the last 1 year, I've also been a part-time tutor. I've been handling DLR and quant classes there, and this year I am into PGDBA.
Lovely. Thanks, Raghu. Over to you, Ankush.
Hi, hello everyone. So I am Ankush from West Bengal. I did my graduation in computer science from Heritage Institute of Technology, Kolkata. Post that, I worked as a software developer, firstly in Motorola. Then I did an attempt for PGDBA. Unfortunately, couldn't make it after the interview process. Then I joined Amazon, but the desire to do a post graduation in a data science domain was there. So took a tough decision of leaving company and joined PGDBA this year. And here we are in KGPSM. And
Thanks, Ankush. Over to you, Apeksha.
Hello, everyone. I am Apeksha Samarth. I am from Mumbai. I completed my graduation in 2020 from VJTI as a mechanical engineer. Then I have joined Technip Energies as a project engineer. I was there for 2.5 years. And then I decided to upskill myself with both data science and management skills. And here I am in PGDBA for batch 9.
Lovely. Many thanks, guys. I'm going to start with the absolute basics. I want maybe any one of you to just outline the 3 parts of the course. And we all, I think there's way more knowledge about this course now than there was maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. No doubt about it at all. But it'd be lovely if you can just outline what is inside the course. What do you do? And then I want to get the basics out of the way, have super clarity on what the course is about. Then we'll go to the juicier part. So just have any one of you, or each of you can take one part. So start off and then.
Yeah. Okay, Raghu, you can start.
Yeah, go on, Himanshu.
Okay. So actually, this is a Tri-Institute course. It is conducted in collaboration with IIT Kharagpur, ISI Kolkata, and IIM Calcutta. It has 4 semesters, 4 big semesters, I would say. The first semester is at ISI Kolkata, And then we have in the next semester at IIT Kharagpur, and then we have a semester at IIM Calcutta, and then we have a semester that is dedicated wholly to the internship. That is a 6-month long internship. But we are just after getting admission, we have a couple of months at education or training, you may say, that is called pre-SEM, and it's a half of a SEM, and that is conducted at IIM Calcutta. So first you will reach IIM Calcutta, spend 2 months there, do a half of a SEM, then you will move to ISI, spend 4 to 5 months there, understanding the maths of a whole that decision science, data science. Then you will move to IIT Kharagpur and learn about the technological applications of that. Then you will go back to IIM Calcutta for 4 to 5 months semester, and there you will learn the application of that technology or that science analytics that you have learned in Kharagpur to business applications. And after that, you, with all that knowledge, you move on into your internship and do a long enough internship from in the last semester that briefly spans over November of the next year to maybe April. So yeah, that's brief outline of the course.
Super, super. So you start at IIM Kolkata, set the stage, learn math, learn the tech, come back to business.
Yeah,
Correct? So Calcutta, IIM Calcutta, ISI Kolkata, IIT Kharagpur, and back to IIM Kolkata.
yeah, definitely.
Which is the toughest part?
It depends, I guess, but there's a common general perception that says IIT Kharagpur SEM is the hectic because it has more number of subjects, and the subjects are technical, and you have many of them because they may not be of coding background or analytics background. Then they have to learn coding, so there are additional stuff that they have to learn, and that makes that SEM relatively more hectic than others.
So there are many projects that we do in this sum particularly. So you'll have to have a roster not only about the deadlines, you'll also have to remember who are your teammates in each one, right? So we all have a Google document where we have our teammates in a particular project. So we
Okay.
have 7 to 8 projects. So the task is not just remembering the deadlines, you'll have to keep, you'll have to know your partners also.
Okay. Okay. Nice. But working in teams and even across places, it probably makes the batch group tighter also. So you get to know people.
Exactly.
What is the batch size overall?
The batch size, this batch is currently 62. Last year it was 60. So it's always around 60, 62.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the first sem itself, you get already very close knit. It's almost a community by the first sem. We are in our second sem right now. Yeah.
Okay. So you are at you finish
IIT
the
Kharagpur.
first sem. You finish IT. You're in IIT Kharagpur. You finish the ISI Kolkata part, and
Exactly.
you're not even including the IIM Kolkata beginning 2 months.
Yeah, no, that is also done. So we'll
Okay.
go back to IIM Calcutta once the sem is done
Once
again.
this is done. Lovely. And this term gets over by May, June.
Yeah, exactly.
And then immediately you go to IIM Kolkata. There's a break there.
No, there's no break. We go immediately.
Okay,
We
and
get
then once
a break
that ends,
of
you get a
15
6
days
month.
once we are in IIM Calcutta.
Okay. Nice. I assume that of the 60 or 62 people, almost everyone is an engineer. No.
No, it's actually becoming mixed now. Ankush, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, sure. So although currently majority of us are engineer, I think 4 people are from mathematics background, and every year we see some kind of mix. Like in our senior batch, there is one person who is from bee farm. So every year we see some kind of mixtures, but in most of them are engineer as of now.
Okay. Generally, can you get me more? I understand that from engineering, but almost everybody has work experience. And what about diversity on the rest of it?
No,
Is
from
that an
that
important
point,
thing, or it's
I think from that point the batch is quite diverse because I think 20% of our batch is freshers with no prior work experience,
okay?
and there are people like 4 people around who have more than 4 years of work experience, and between there, if you say around 20 to 24 people who are in 2 to 3 years work experience, rest of them is I think between 3 and 4. So there is a good mixture of them, and I think that plays an important role. Like viewers must be aware that there is some weightage given to the work experience, so I think that plays an important role to create this mixture. in the batch.
Okay. Nice. So what do you guys, which is the most, you have seen all three campuses now. Which is the most fun?
Yeah, so let's do one thing. Let's share some fun moment each. So I would say when we reach IIM Calcutta for a pre-sem, the pressure, wasn't any pressure. We get to enjoy the campus. We participate in different activities. There was intersection and like the sports events. So it was quite fun for me. So what do you, Himanshu, share some moments with us?
Yeah, talking about up till now, I am Calcutta pre-sem was the most happening. ISI
Okay.
Kolkata does not have such a big campus, so there are
Okay.
limitations to that. But you will get to do other things because you are in between middle of a Kolkata city, and you will can go places around that place. IIT Kharagpur, we have recently landed. The campus is lovely, but we have yet to explore a lot of places. Food is
Okay.
great here. So every campus has its benefits, pros and cons.
Nice. Yeah, I can imagine that. Do you folks integrate with people in that campus, or is your course separate? Do you do
No.
shared courses? Do you deal? You have something to do with the IIT Kharagpur guys and the IIM Kolkata guys also?
Exactly. So in the pre-sem itself, once we come, we have section wars. PGDB also participate in section wars, and any activity that any of the three institutions host, we can be part of those activities. So that's a good icebreaker initially itself. We get to mingle with the other program guys at IMC, and then once you come to IIT Kharagpur, a lot of elective courses are given as a combination with other branches also, right? So you get to go to a classroom where you have people from MTech, BTech, and PGDBA, right? So yeah, we get to mingle with a lot of other students.
Okay. So so it should be way more nerdy than the IIM Calcutta thing. It was.
The
I'm assuming
Kharagpur
there'll be
sem
19,
is
20-year-olds.
Yeah, the Kharagpur sem is way more nerdy. Yeah.
It'll
No,
be
but
nice. I mean,
we do have a fest here.
sorry.
We are expecting Spring Fest here, so it's not going to be that nerdy, and we are expecting
Okay.
some more fun here.
Yeah. So so the IIT Kharagpur sticks to the IIT stereotype of guys being very serious and all that, or no? They're fun.
It's fun. Actually, it's fun, but it's very demanding. It should be that way. You come to an IIT to expect just that, but otherwise, it's
Correct.
really fun.
Nice. Lovely. Now, now I've got the flavor of the campus and what is the routine, what is the script, all of that. Can you guys give me say two examples or one or two instances of what is the actual job you're going to do? So suppose somebody finishes an MBA and does MBA in marketing, and then they go and join HUL. I know we all have a sense of, okay, in Hindustan Unilever, this is what you'll be doing. You'll be in sales and operations, you'll be an area manager, and that. Or somebody joins Kotak Mahindra or McKinsey, we have an intuitive sense of what they do. Sometimes they're just filling PowerPoint slides, but hey, but at least we know what they pretend to do. And so, what is the role you'll get into? Some one instance of, hey, this is what we do.
Yeah, so see, if you look at our alumni, the places they've gone, the opportunities like this program gives you are more diverse than what an MBA can give you. I'll tell you how. So one of our students from batch 1 is doing a PhD in artificial intelligence in a foreign country, in US, if I'm not wrong, right? We have our alumni who are product managers now in some companies. MasterCard director of AI Garage is from PGDBA. So I hope you get the sense, right? So if you want to be too technical after this course, if you want to chart your career in that direction, the scope for that. If you want to be a manager, the scope for that. If you want to be a techno manager, most of us go for that role, which is techno managerial roles. So
Correct.
yeah, so which is very powerful, right? Which is actually the need of the day. You need managers who can use tools and make decisions based on data. So majority of us take that role, but otherwise the opportunities that this specific course provides are actually very diverse than any other place.
Nice. Fine. Now we've got a flavor of the course and the campuses and this. What about the process? I've seen the paper and I have a sense that the paper is insanely tough. Is that true? Are you all glad that you're inside and you don't have to prepare for PGDBA exam anymore?
Apeksha, would you like to take that?
Yeah, sure. So I'll tell at least my point of view. So since the quants part, CAT preparation covers the basics, and in addition, we just have to prepare for the 11th, 12th maths. So that is one thing, and DILR and VARC is mostly CAT level itself, or maybe easier. So a person who is preparing for CAT, maybe he will find VARC and DILR on the easier side, and for cons, it's just a couple of months
The
more
weightage
effort.
for the quant is higher, right? For the PGDBA exam.
Yeah, there are 25 questions
So
out
what is
of
the paper like? What is the
50
weightage
questions.
distribution between quant and VARC and LRDI?
Yeah, so there are 25 questions for cons, 10 questions for DILR, and 15 questions for VARC.
Okay. So quant is half the paper.
Yeah, quant
And
is half the paper.
And half that quant will be kind of non-CAT quant, your differential calculus
A
and
bit,
matrices and data.
yeah, majority is the 11th, 12th science maths,
Okay.
which
Okay.
we can see from NCRT.
Okay.
Not all of it, not subjects like conics and vectors, but yes, calculus for sure, probability for sure.
Okay. So it's understandable, right? They want folks who are more comfortable with mathematics. They don't want to, and who have an aptitude for dabbling in maths and coding. Not coding, but technology. Maybe not coding.
Yeah.
Coding probably a small subset. But they want people comfortable with maths, tech, and managerial things. So they definitely want a higher bar. How did you folks prepare for it, for the exam? I know your experience now is in the college, but for our audience, they are looking for a route to where you are now, say 12 months from now or 15 months from whenever. But for them, the ball game is, hey, how do I prepare for this exam? How did you guys go through that?
Yeah, for me, I guess it was basically YouTube things, because I guess there is a lot of open sources related to mathematics there, where you can read or learn about the mathematics. And already having a background in engineering was not that much of hard to gain or grasp. It was basically kind of revision for me. So for the written part, I'm talking about that I revised, brushed up my basics about the various chapters like calculus and geometry, coordinate geometry, using various videos that are on CAT, that are on YouTube, and other formula sheet that you can gain anywhere from the internet.
Okay.
So it was basically, for the written part, it only comprised of that thing and not much.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get to the interview part. What about you folks? Because I'm seeing quite a few comments on YouTube, and a lot of them are focusing on the entry part. There's one or two on the interview part. People want to have a framework of preparation. Obviously, the source material comes from YouTube and the internet. That's there. But is there can you give us an outline on a more structured mechanism to say, hey, I'm assuming that almost everybody who's writing the PGDBA exam has an awareness of competitive exam, and that the big majority have already signed up for CAT as a journey. They've taken CAT or they've targeted CAT, or they know the drill for CAT. So I want to think about it as CAT plus to start with. I'm sure there are quite a few who said, look, I'm not cut out for CAT. I just don't want to do CAT. I just want to do PGDBA. But I want to think about the CAT aspirant who's very keen on PGDBA. What are the things that they need to add on? Like I think Apeksha mentioned that verbal and LRDI, you don't have to, it's simpler.
Yeah, it's
There's
simpler
probably a
than
bunch of things to add on for that. Over to you, Raghu.
So because I've been with CAT students, I'll take that. So if you're already a CAT student, if you have spent enough time in DLR and verbal, you need not worry about those two sections. There'll be one puzzle from DLR and one puzzle in data analysis. So you'll be given a chart, you'll be asked questions on that. That is one part, interpretation of data. And the other question, one set is from logical reasoning, right? And then English language, that is VLR, is moderate. It's not too easy. It's not too tough. like we see in recent CAT examinations. It's moderate, it is very attemptable, it is very enjoyable. In fact, the passages they pick are actually very readable. When it comes to quant, if you are a CAT student who have prepared reasonably seriously, you need not worry about a few topics. For example, you need not worry about probability. If you're done well, combinatorics and probability in your CAT prep, that's okay. On top of CAT math, what you'll have to brush up is your +1 and +2 mathematics, right? So you'll have to brush up trigonometry, you'll have to brush up calculus, integration, differentiation. And last year paper, we've seen exactly 1 or 2 questions which are not from any of this portion that we talked about. For example, there was a very good question, beautiful question on chess boards, right? So if you are someone who is very acquainted with non-routine questions, right? So interesting questions. So there have been a couple of questions here and there just like that, but very minuscule. But if you are someone who's interested in mathematics, you'll be able to answer them as well. So if you're a CAT student, on top of what you've learned, you'll just have to brush up your +1 and +2 math, especially trigonometry and calculus.
So if we add on or amp up the level of intensity in trigonometry, coordinate geometry, and maybe functions and a little bit of calculus, you are covered. For any CAT aspirant, they add up these 4 or 5 layers. The more mathematical of the topic, they should be good to go.
Yeah. In fact, you should go through all the topics in +1 and +2, because once you finish the written examination, you'll have an interview. And an interview, you'll be asked questions, you'll be asked to explain things. There'll be a board where you'll have to solve and talk about a few things. It's not very scary. No, you need not be scary at all. But so when you're taking time out for PGDBA, do prepare that +1 and +2 syllabus very thoroughly, right?
Okay,
It'll help you later also.
When all of you are mentioning +1 and +2, you're basically saying +1 and +2 math, right? Nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Only math.
Only math. Super. So anyone, whether it's a CAT aspirant or otherwise, suppose who's not prepared for CAT at all, then they'll have to focus for verbal and logical reasoning as well. Probably more abundantly available material out there, because this CAT material is plentiful. You can find freely available. Can I take it that most of you studied from freely available sources, or is there a paid course which is good, or is there some material you would recommend, or anything like that? NCERT class 11, class 12 math. Got that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I didn't prepare for CAT, so I put more emphasis on the quant part, seeing that it has more weightage. And for the verbal part, I searched on internet for the CAT stuff, because I went through the previous year papers and I was discussing this to people who are attempting CAT. They suggested me the level is more or less same, maybe a bit easier in some cases. So do follow them. I tried to find YouTube playlists which are catered for them, and mostly that worked for me. So I would suggest to do the same. And one more thing and that I do before going for the final exam, try to attempt 1 or 2 mock tests. Like let's have the feeling of an exam, because otherwise making it in the first shot might be a bit difficult. There are people who can obviously do that, but I attempted 1 or 2 mock tests. That would be my suggestion.
Super. Lovely. And for the interview prep also, you guys would recommend class 11, class 12 math book. That's the starting step.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No, along
one
with
more
that,
thing.
engineering maths as well. Like
Okay.
whatever you have studied in your undergraduation, the panel usually sees your mark sheets and they check what subjects you have learned in your undergraduation, or if there is someone with post graduation, then subjects in those as well. And
Okay.
for if there is maths, then they will ask questions from that. And if there are subjects which have applications of maths, they can ask you implied questions, that how will you use this particular concept for solving that kind of problem.
Okay. Do they ask questions like, why do you want to do an MBA? Why do you want to do PhD? That kind of HR questions also feature, or not so much?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
sure.
so much,
Why do you
actually.
want to do PGDBA is a very common question.
Okay. So they do touch on that why MBA type thing, or not so much?
It didn't happen in my case, but if you guys really want to know the kind of experiences that the past batches and we had in the interviews, we've actually collated all the responses from everybody in PGDBA so far, and we maintain a website called pgdba.ml. If you go to the aspirants corner, you'll be able to see the entire transcript of everybody's interview process. So when
So
you
this
go
is-
through that, yeah, which is
So
a
just leak
pro,
the entire
right?
paper.
So you'll get so you can see the profile of the candidate, and you can you'll get to know what kind of questions get asked according to that profile.
Lovely, 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 lovely. I think I've covered. Yeah,
I would
go for
like
it,
to
Manoj.
add here that a year before I had watched a similar session of 2IIM regarding PGDB, and there our seniors had mentioned about the source pgdba.ml, and from there I got into the aspirants corner and got to the interview, and it was my basic primary source for the preparation of interview. So I
Lovely.
would like to recommend to everybody. So if you get to the stage of interview, do check out the pgdba.ml website and
Wonderful,
aspirants
wonderful,
corner.
wonderful.
And thanks to 2IIM for that session.
Thank you. We will take that. We will take that.
Just one precautions, like if you are browsing through the pgdba.ml, you will find some questions which you may find that out of the blue. No need to worry, it may happen, it is related to the student's background or student's response. So no need to worry that much, but you will get a brief idea like in which direction the interview may go. So please do check out the website.
I will be. I think close after the exam is over, we will recommend it more aggressively because it's for part two of the process. We will keep that in mind and distribute it to among all our groups. I think I've pretty much covered the ground on the kind of stuff that I wanted to get clarity on. I have had a few conversations with Raghu. I was curious about the course, so I knew some of the background, but thanks for filling all the gaps. I'm going to have scroll through what is there and online from questions. There are a couple of questions on, is there a place where we can get mocks? So if there's some place where you can get free mocks or paid mocks, you can suggest that'll be good. So take mock exams, practice exams. I think Ankush mentioned that he'd taken a couple of mocks. If it's freely available or otherwise, you can tell us, we will know that.
Right.
If it is some place.
I think it was a free mock. I think it was provided by one of the channel. If I can remember correctly, I think it was AI Crack. So I think it is better to search in the internet if which are the because any of the organization can take a free mock. So it's better to look up in the internet, and
Yeah.
you can always visit those. Or if we find that some group is taking, we can recommend in our websites or our
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. I think we guys are also planning to put at least 1 or 2 free mocks. We have the playlist for previous year questions. They're very nice, by the way. The questions are beautiful. But so it's some
And
good
one more
fun to
thing,
attack
if
them.
you don't find such in free mocks in short time, do one thing: collect the previous year's paper, complete it in a manner of a mock test, like in a timed manner. That will
Yeah.
be very helpful as well.
Yeah, I think at the starting step we will offer the previous year paper as a mock for free for students to just click in and do. You probably don't need to do the 25 mocks. You need to do 2 or 3 to get the hang of how this exam is, and then get back. Lovely. There's people who are saying basic phonics section is needed. Most of the questions are straightforward. I don't know what basic phonics needed. I think if one of you knows this, please list them. What about conics? What is conics? Am I missing something? Okay.
Ellipsis, circles,
Ellipses, hyperbola, circles, and
yeah.
okay. I had that feeling, and I was like, maybe I'm missing some language here.
Yeah, it's just like
okay.
So if you want to gauge the toughness of the paper, it is very important. Maybe you would have observed multiple panelists ask you to check previous year papers. It is very important because you'll get to know the difficulty level of the examinations, and once you know that level, you can search for questions on that level, right? So the best thing about the PGDBA course and the exam is you have a lot of support material for JEE content out there, right? Which is actually useful in PGDBA preparation. There is so much free content out there which you can use for this course's preparation, right? So all you have to do is go through previous year papers, gauge the difficulty level. Sometimes JEE questions can be too tough. You don't need all that. So just see what you need to crack this examination. Focus on those kind of questions. Get your material, gather your material, and then prepare on it.
Okay. I think we guys at 2IIM have all the previous year questions available on our website, which we have done for the last couple of years. We will do it for this year as well. we will try our best to make sure that we can create a mock out of the previous year paper. So they can take it as a mock, and we'll keep that free so that people can come take the exam, so they know the score and all of that. Well, what gets you a call? Out of, I think the paper is out of 150 marks, right? Plus 3 minus 1 framework. How many marks will get you in with a shout?
It actually kind of
Typically, obviously it
varies.
changes.
Yeah. So before, maybe in our case, it was around 90. Yeah, and before that, it was a bit higher. It used to be a bit higher, around 105 and 110.
Okay.
In last few years, I guess 3 years or 4 years back, it used to be 105, close to 105. But
Okay.
maybe they are, toughening the paper up. So
Okay.
now the cutoff has moved to around 90, 95.
Okay. So 35 questions correct, and you're in with a shout.
Yeah.
And there's no section cutoff. You can get 25 from the DILR, VARC, and then just do 10 questions in quant. That is still a possibility.
Yeah, there's no
Um,
sectional cutoff. And the best thing is there is no individual section time as well. You get 3 hours. You can choose and pick whatever you want to do. If you're really good at English, you could finish it fast and spend the remaining time in maybe quant, right?
Correct.
So you get 3 hours, which is a very big advantage.
Super. So probably the time pressure element is slightly lesser on a per question level than perhaps CAT, because CAT is not just a 2-hour exam, it's a 3 40-minute exam thing. So it's a high pressure thing. No, you can't even pause and do that, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. I really like the 3-hour exam thing. Is there an age limit for people to apply and take this exam?
No, there's no age limit. It's up to you. Whenever you can find you wish to join, you can.
Super. And typically, when does this exam happen?
This year, the application deadline is on 6th of Feb. Then the exam will be conducted on near to 17th of March, and the interviews will happen in the end of April, 28th or 27th of April, I guess. And
the course begins in like end of June.
10th of July.
End of June, I'm saying. Oh, okay. First week of July. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Super. I think we've covered this. A bunch of people are saying take some free classes and run through the math. I think at 2 AM we'll do a couple of things. We'll do some 2 topics and run a free class for PGDBA. That we'll do, and we'll definitely take the last year paper and give out the content and give some links to the website you've been mentioning, pgdba.ml. We will point to that. Those things, the hygiene factors, we will do. And we'll post the dates and time for that. If you guys have any access to any source to any other freely available content that is useful for preparation, I think right now people are curious about the interview, but the big deal is now the first stage. You have to create the first hurdle to go to the second one, right? So anything you can do, if you feel like, look, you can chip in and something, give them access or pointers to either freely available material or something that is relevant. And please do send it to us. We will share it with them. They'll get it. If you want to coordinate another session where you teach, discuss anything, please reach out to us. We can provide we can do it on YouTube for free and say, look, this is useful. So the people will be better prepared for this. It seems like a super juicy course. I think it shouldn't be for want of information that people don't know how to prepare. I think we've covered the questions and on YouTube chat as well. So I'm going to go one round of final chats, and then maybe we'll have a fun discussion at the end of it. So anything that you would want to either share about the course or as thoughts for aspirants, go for it. So start off with Himanshu, and then Raghu, and then Ankush and Apeksha. I think that's the order you're sitting in on the YouTube screen. I want to reinforce that. Go for it, Himanshu.
Yeah, I would like to add that regarding diversity, you had asked Ankush. So the audience might get an idea that since there are majority of engineers, so there is not that much of diversity. But if you check the branches, the diversity of branches, somebody's from ECE, from electrical, mechanical, production, chemical. So in that respect, there is a lot of diversity. And I guess talking with other engineers that hail from different backgrounds, and they bring different kinds of concepts and thinking, a thought procedure, there are different values in fact. So that was something that I've never have realized, that there is not much diversity. I have always felt that there is enough diversity. Also talking about the regions, you from Kashmir to Kerala, from Gujarat to Northeast, you can find every state in it. So talking about diversity, I don't think there is any dearth of diversity in the course, in the program,
Okay.
in the
Okay.
batch.
Nice. So you're saying we want diversity, we'll give you a diverse set of engineers. I've also have, to be very honest, I've also thought that diversity of opinion and diversity of backgrounds are both important. And sometimes we tend to make the assumption that you need one to have the other. Probably not required. Over to you, Raghu.
Yeah, I think the kind of faculty that you get in this course, you get the best of three institutes, right? So you get, I mean, currently the professor that handles FAD-ML for us is was a director of IIT Kharagpur, right? So when we were in ISI, department heads used to handle classes for us, right? So ISRU, Internal Statistical Research Unit, the head of the department was Amita ma'am. She took inference, right? So when we were in pre-sem, FRA was handled by one of the members who was on the board of directors at IIM Calcutta, Manju Jaiswal. So you get the best of three institutes in that sense, right? So the best people, the best courses that they offer. I mean, it's very rich in that sense. So don't miss out on the chance if you're really someone who is looking into business analytics. It's the best course that is there in the country for business analytics, without any doubt.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
one more thing I want to add is, while you are in this course, you get to experience the most happening things in each campus. What I'm trying to say is, the college fests happen exactly the time where the PGDBA students are in the campus.
whoever
In
put
all
the
three
schedule
institutes.
kept you guys in mind, and you should have fun. So they made sure that everything is stacked into that
Yeah.
window of 3-4 months. Lovely. But I've been fascinated by the course for the flavor it can provide, because a very powerful combination, right? So the whole world and their dog is parked on that intersection of so-called technology and business. That has become a series of memes now. He works in the intersection of technology and business as a meme now, but it is right. Especially with AI coming in, you can't be claim to be a reasonable manager if you don't have a handle on tech. I'm struggling, and I come from an engineering background, and I'm properly struggling because I never did hands-on coding in my life. So throughout, I've been in either the financial industry or the education industry. I'm very comfortable learning and teaching, but I'm not. It doesn't come naturally to me. It's very acquired skill set. Sometimes I really struggle. I can see how being very comfortable in that language and landscape is super useful. So this is getting hardcore training for tech and business elements. So at least conceptually, it's very powerful. And you guys are saying that look, that the implementation is also spot on. So it should be a big draw. So over to you, Ankush.
Sure. So one more thing, apart from learning from the great faculties that we will have, I think one should focus on learning from the campus. Like you will be in the best institute in the country, of course, and these are very old institutes. So there are a lot of rich histories associated with it. Try to learn from that. One example, like when we were in ISI, so it was the foundation day, and they arranged lots of seminars and all. And one evening, I was strolling in the campus. I happened to bump to one certain gentleman, and he is the author of the book that we used to study, the ISLR book. So you can imagine how nice of experience it is, and try to mingle with other peoples. And people are friendly, like people in ISI and IIM. I have talked to people who the TAs, the junior research fellow, people who are doing PGPs, and you get to learn a new thing from any of them. So try to mingle with all of them, and you will have a fun experience for sure.
Lovely. Good to know. Over to you, Apeksha.
Yes, I like to say that after CAT, this course provides a great opportunity along with the time to prepare for it, so that you can utilize the opportunity for getting into three best institutes of this country. And you get exposure to all kinds of cultures, because these three institutes have different cultures, and you get an opportunity to set a legacy for the further batches of this course, and do activities which you can organize in each of these three institutes. Like for us, we are a small batch, but in ISI we organized a small celebration of Ganpati, and you get to do that everywhere. So I guess uh, anyone who is trying to upskill themselves, and stay close to the technology part as well, and become capable of managerial positions later, can consider this course, because it is going to be worth it for sure.
Correct. Many thanks for kind of filling out this picture for us. There are a couple of guys who are very interested in placement numbers. So if there is something that is publicly available and you can share, do share that as well.
Yeah, if you look for placement that this year, the IIT Kharagpur is conducting the admissions, and if you go to the homepage of pgdba.iitkgp.ac.in, you will find a host of information put up there, and it contains the placement report and placement figures, and also the summer internship reports and figures. So if you want it, you can get it from there. Even the detailed report is out. So maybe the IIM Calcutta website.
Broad numbers, some broad numbers that you can share, because it's public information. If you guys have some numbers, please do share.
Yeah, first I would like to say that it is very much comparable to the ABC figures, and it is above 30 lakhs. It's 31 lakhs to be accurate, 31.75 lakhs mean and median both of final placements, and 1.25 lakhs of median of summer internships, and around 1.5 lakh of mean in the summer internship placements.
Lovely. Typically, is a summer internship company, you join them full time, or is that not the expectation?
It's quite an expectation, I would like to mention, because majority of
a 6 month stint, no?
Yeah, it's a 6 month stint, and by the time you get acclaimed and customized there, they also love to keep you. So majority of our batch does get PPOs. In fact, it was one of the courses that used to have the highest, percentage of students getting PPO.
Correct. But the internship is for 8 weeks. With you, they get you for 6. It's a huge difference. 8 weeks to 6 months.
So when I was preparing, I landed on a report that that had the figures of 75% maybe students getting the PPO. So
nice.
Yeah, it's more than half of the chance. Maybe 2/3 of the students do get PPO, even they do not, have to sit in the placement. And that's a big relief, I guess.
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm gonna sign off here. I think I've almost answered. We've almost covered everything that's there in the chat. Sorry, I'm looking to the right because my chat window is here. Sorry if I'm still not conditioned to thinking on the camera, looking at the camera all the time. I'm more comfortable in the physical setting. But I think we've covered almost everything that is there. Many thanks for coming in. So if you can share some inside jokes about Raghu, we'll be very grateful for that. You can drop us a message. So Raghu is with us. So everybody knows him as Raghu sir. He took a ton of classes. He's the most one of the more fun teachers in class. He quite enjoys the idea of teaching and breaking ideas. And we obviously like to pull his leg. So if you have some juicy thing, please send us a message. We will keep that in mind. And many thanks to all of you, and many thanks for Raghu for coordinating this, putting this together. Because I think as I said, it's not new, but I think you guys are doing a good job of getting the word out, because I think it's a fabulous course, and more people should do it. And I actually think that from seeing the profiles of the students who prepare for CAT, there are probably quite a few who are particularly more suited to this course than to an MBA in terms of. I think many of you, your classmates, you might recognize. Might be like, look, some of these guys are made for this course. They can't do that. I think there's a certain fascination for the hard sciences, for the math of it, for the problem solving and coding of it, and getting your hands dirty element of it, which I think fits the bill better. I think it's not there could be and there should be quite a few people for whom the PGDBA is the first choice. I know it was for Raghu very clearly. Like, he was not that as interested in a regular typical MBA course in whichever college as much as he was by the PGDBA, but that actually also because he had the information. He had an intuitive sense of what this was. I think you guys should continue to do this wherever possible, however possible. You should drill it down into people's heads that it's not just a good option. It could be the option for a few people. For some, I think the overall MBA makes more sense than this. But there are lots of people for whom this makes more sense for a longer term career than doing the regular MBA. So many thanks for doing that. Hopefully you continue to.
The future is specific MBA. It's not generic MBA.
That's a very MBA answer, Raghu. Thank you, thank you. Many thanks for taking the time out and saying, "Hey, that is so true. That specific MBA thing is so true. If it is a relevant thing, lots of times the specificity gets added on as an afterthought. There are guys who run MBA colleges; they'll do it for textile management, media management, and 16 things. This is not like that. It's a very specific MBA, and they're drilling down. They're not adding two electives onto a thing and putting a new wrapper and saying version 3.0. Right? They're actually making you go to 3 fantastic campuses and do it from first principle. So wonderful. Many thanks for. I quite enjoyed myself. I got to know a ton of things, and I'm of course I'm always happy to catch up with Raghu. So many thanks for joining us. And
Thank you for hosting us, Rajesh. Thank you so much on behalf of all the team.
Thank you guys.
Thanks to 2IIM for
Thank you.
conducting
guys.
beautiful
Thanks for the
session.
opportunity.
There are guys who are saying there's a chat thing which saying please flex Raghu's cat percentile. We're going to keep it offline. You can find it on our website, but I'm not going to do this here. I mean, he got a good one, but I'm not discussing that. Thank you guys. Many thanks. Over to you, Pranav. You can get us off YouTube and then we will sign off from Zoom.